Good morning, guys. How you doing? I just wanted to do a follow up video to my video I did about a few days ago, 3 4 days ago, about systemic racism because I got quite a lot of pushback, mainly from women, right? Um, Quite a bit of females hit my inbox and DMs on Instagram to tell me that the same systemic racism I tried to dispute is the same systemic racism that's responsible for black boys failing in school, black boys dropping out, black boys reading at a lower level, right? Because in the intro, in a disclaimer in the video, I said one of the topics I want to talk about are issues plaguing black boys, right? And I have a question for y'all. When do you stop blaming systemic racism and start blaming the choices of these parents? Fairly simple question. I made sure to ask that question at the very beginning of the video because I realized a lot of you are watching my videos for like 5 10 minutes, you know, not getting to the conclusion and then skipping out a lot of the stuff I was talking about at the end to come, debate me. And that's fine. I welcome the debates. I welcome all the arguments, but you can do it on YouTube. You can do it on YouTube. I welcome it. Open discussion. You can do that. Helps my channel grow. But it seems like y'all are just okay with just DMing me and disputing it with me privately. Y'all feel free to comment on YouTube, right? Thanks. And before I forget, watching my video, like, share, subscribe. Thanks in advance. Let's get back to the video, right? It's okay. When do we start blaming the the parents for black kids failing in school? Black kids get swept away in the system because of decisions made by their parents more than the systemic racism. Black kids get swept away by poor decisions made by their parents as opposed to systemic racism. Can we agree on that? Right? Let's do a hypothetical situation real quick. Right? I'll make this a very short video. I have to get to go to work. I have to get my son ready for school. He's downstairs sleeping his face away. But let's do a quick hypothetical situation, right? You have two black families that go to the same school. Let's pick any school district in the areas y'all talking about: Baltimore, Chicago, Bronx, Brooklyn. Any of these school districts you want to pick, just pick one, right? You have two families that have two boys that has boys going to the same exact school, right? On one hand, we have family a mother, a father, and a son, right? And they provide a wholesome home for their kid. Both mother and father help out with homework. Both mother and father take time to build rapport with this kid, right? So here we have a very wholesome kid going to this school, same school. On the other hand, you have another young boy raised by a mother, and she works two jobs, doesn't have time to sit down and do homework, doesn't have time to check over the kids' schoolwork. She doesn't have time because she's so busy. She's always on the go, racing, running, right? Both of these kids go to the same school. Kid A, with a mother and a father and a very wholesome family, does extremely well in school. Kid B slacks off, right? Falls behind, falls through the cracks, fails, right? Are you telling me that the systemic racism made one fail but one not? No, right? Choices. made by parents. See that? Because according to some of y'all, the reason why systemic racism affects certain schools and certain people is because of taxes and location and policies and curriculum. But here we have two kids in the same school, same tax bracket, same curriculum, same policy, same everything, right? So how by that logic, by that logic, every kid in these schools should fail because they're affected by the same policies, same tax issues, same curriculum, right? So every single one of them should fail, but they don't, right? They don't. If it was truly systemic, every kid in that school district would fail, right? What makes some fail and what makes some pass? Look at the choices of the parents, bro. As black man, as a black man, bro, when do we as black men start taking fucking responsibility for the actions or the outcome of our kids? Kids are being set up to fail by the actions of their parents more than the some so-called systemic racism, bro. We fail our kids way before the system gets them. You have kids in the same district, same schools, affected by the same exact issue, but because they come from a better system at home, family structure, they do much better. Like I said in my last video, man, I see where the welfare system, I see the welfare system as being a much bigger systemically racist system than anything else y'all want to talk about. But you people don't want to say that. You know why? I have a study here. Let me see. Where is a study? I have a study here that says it says I got this from it's a it's a criticism of welfare. Welfare programs do not work to reduce poverty, improve education, or improve health or retirement. Welfare programs also increase out of wedlock births and decrease in incentives to work. See that? They put y'all on welfare and it increased the the out of wedlock births and it decreased the incentive to work, right? These things are systemically racist, but black people don't want to admit that because they're the ones benefiting from it. And who gave y'all that? Who gave y'all this system? Democrats, Roosevelt, Lyndon Johnson. This is the one of the most systemically racist programs in this country, and I can name it. See how in the last video I asked y'all to put a name to it? I can name this one. This one decreases your willingness to want to work, and it increases the rate of how much kids we have out of wedlock. Sure, I partake in that as well, but I'm very much involved in both of my sons' lives. So it just seems to me that if because you guys can't name a system, and I just named one. I actually did it in my last video as well. I'm gonna go on record to say it again. The most systemically racist system in this country is the welfare system. Because ever since that came about, black people have lost their drive to succeed for the most part. You know what the stats actually show on black people? When they get up, they apply themselves, they put the effort in, they do an extremely successful job at making life. So you have a choice to make, right? You either can choose to be a victim or you can choose to be successful. Because all the statistics point to when a kid grows up in a home with wholesome parents and parents that are involved, dad helps with homework, you know, father is around, these kids do much better. So if that's all it takes for kids, black boys, to beat systemic racism, how systemically racist is it? Is it really a systemic racist? Is it really systemically racist? Because if simple changes in what the parents do allows these kids to beat this so-called systemic racism, is it really systemic racism? If that's all it takes for these kids to beat the system, is it really systemically racist? Is it really a system? Is what I'm asking. Because I asked y'all the last video, name the system. Y'all, if y'all would have said prison, maybe y'all would have had a point. You know, maybe y'all would have had a point. But nobody's telling these guys to go out there and do these things. Sure, a lot of them, sure, a lot of innocent people are in prison, but for the most part, come on, let's be real. If y'all would have said prison, I would have given y'all more slack. Like, and the worst part about it is, out of the 7 females that hit me up, 6 of them have kids. 6 of these women are very, very involved. 5 of them are married. The other one has a boyfriend or the father of her kids, and they all live together. And every single one of them have kids that do extremely well in school because they're very much involved. So I just feel like the systemic racist that y'all want to put on kids failing, I think it has a lot to do with the decisions made by these parents. Because the minute you have involved parents, mother, father, engaging in the well-being of their kids, I think this allows these kids to beat the odds of what you deem to be systemically racist. But then again, that's just my opinion, right? You guys have a wonderful day.